Jake, what up? It's Monday, February 7th, 2011. Isn't that crazy? 2011. Only a year and a half to live. It's the only thing I can plan. Saw your video, by the way. Loved it. Quick question, though. You actually brought Hoosiers with you to college? I wouldn't take you as one of the guys who would bring a lot of movies. In fact, I bet I can name all the ones you took. Hoosiers, Johnny Dangerously, Raising Arizona. If you have a copy of Philadelphia, it's there. And I'm just going to assume Avatar just because it's awesome. My question is, do you have it in some sort of glass container so anytime you feel depressed you can just break one of those movies and feel better about yourself? I say that not in judgment or to make fun of you, I say it because I have one. Continue the movie conversation because I have a couple ideas how to get this blog rolling, if you catch my drift, and you probably don't, because you never saw Tokyo Drift, did you, Jake? It was awful. So I was watching your vlog, and when it finished, the next video that popped up was this girl, and she was really attractive, and so I clicked on it. It even said, boring daily vlog, sorry. You know, like, don't expect much. And yet she still got 15,000 hits. Which got me to thinking, Jake, we need to get sexy. To be fair, the woman's name is Lisa Donovan, and she's actually got over 150,000 subscribers, mainly because she's also a writer and produces and creates comic shorts that she then publishes to YouTube, and she's a very talented performer. That aside, I did not know that going into the video. All I knew was, pretty lady. Well, I can't honestly say that should be our gimmick. I do think we should come up with something to make ourselves more marketable to a wider audience, because while I enjoy our back and forth conversations, it's a little narcissistic if we're the only ones watching. Like right now I'm staring at my face because it takes up arguably 3/4 of the screen, and I'm good looking. The point is that YouTube is entertainment based, which is why I've come up with a specialized segment in which to try and entertain someone other than you and I. But I hope that it entertains you more than anyone else, because I love you. And while I haven't figured out how to do anything sophisticated with that movie maker thing, I am going to try and do a segment in which I can try and let you know what I'm talking about. So it won't have any crazy graphics or really cool transitions, but I hope it'll be a straight shooting segment with which I can project something I'm genuinely interested in. So I hope you enjoy.
Oh, hi Jake, I didn't see you there. Well, it's a cold February Monday. I'm at home, all alone in my big, comfy bed, my nice soft PJs. You know what that means, right? It's Movie Monday! And while I didn't see any new movies this week, last week I saw a really interesting movie for which the actress is nominated for Best Actress in the Academy Awards, and that is Blue Valentine. So Blue Valentine stars Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams as a couple who are sort of in the twilight of their marriage. They're at a crossroads, and they pretty much have one night in which to either reconcile their marriage or go their separate ways. Now, this sort of bitter revelation of their unhappiness is set in the present, and about 20 minutes into the movie they start driving back to flashbacks and then going back and forth between when they first met and they were happy and the sort of horrible, miserable kind of existence that they currently lead. And it was this back and forth juxtaposition that pretty much defined the whole movie. And in one way in particular, which I thought was kind of gritty, but at the same time really interesting and provoking. See, the movie was originally rated NC-17 for its really graphic, gritty, emotional sex scenes, which were not as gritty as everyone, kind of played it off to be, but they did sort of portray something really interesting about the characters themselves. And that was that, because there were like 4 or 5 different sex scenes, but what they did was they interposed one maybe back-to-back with another, in which they showed, them young and in love and very generous towards each other, and then when they were very bitter and angry and aggressive. And it wasn't just them. They showed her relationship with another man prior to their, I guess, engagement sexually or whatever. But the thing was that it really did show more about people's relationships than any sort of dialogue did. But more than any of those scenes, there was one scene in particular that I thought really captured the spirit or the feel of the movie, and that was the one that was used for the trailer, in which Ryan Gosling is singing on the ukulele in an old Chuck Berry song to Michelle Williams. The song is actually by Alan Roberts, and it's appropriately titled "You Always Hurt the Ones You Love." But the scene is just them there, and he's singing and playing his ukulele, and she's tap dancing. And this is like, it's not even really their first date. They're just sort of trying to get to know each other. And what was amazing is because in the movie they have a child and they have a life together. But it was amazing to see, like, sort of what I considered the decisive moment in, like, sort of a crossroads in their life. And when you could really tell that that's when they chose each other, or when you knew that they were going to be together. And even though it doesn't turn out the way that you might have wanted it to, moments like that right there in cinema, and just in life in general, make you wonder if the voyage that they took together was worth it. And I think it was, despite what happens. It's not a happy, feel-good movie. In fact, someone might say it's downright depressing. But the wider themes that it, sort of asked me about life, really were provoking. And I think that anyone who likes movies, particularly if you do like those kind of like artsy, sad kind of movies, then you'll love it. So what I think I'm going to start doing, if I turn this into a regular segment, is I'll give you 2 different ratings. One of them will be a scale of me, and if we can ever get little graphics, it'll be like 5 of my little heads going, ah, at the bottom, and then I'll give it a score for you, so we can kind of put it, a guy who really likes weird movies, and then like someone, who just likes, other kinds of movies. So for this one, I give it 4 John heads, and I'll give it 1 Jake head. Yeah. So, Hey Jake, if there's some movie you're interested in seeing, but you don't really want to go out and pay the money for it, just tell me and then I'll go see it. And I guess I can, recap it or give you a synopsis or tell you if it's good or not, so you don't have to waste your money. And I can, because I like to do that kind of thing all the time. So this was my first trial for this thing. Hopefully I'll learn how to edit it and make it look a lot nicer and more like I'm an actual person of authority in this field. But I hope that I see something cool from you later this week maybe, or whenever. No judging, except I judge a lot. And I will talk to you later, boo. Bye.